Have you ever opened your banking app and immediately thought, wait, how is there so little money left? You made a decent income. You didn't splurge on luxury cars or designer shoes. You're not out here blowing $200 on bottomless brunches every Sunday. And yet, your savings are sad. Your emergency fund is more of a theory than reality. And every month feels like financial quicksand. Meanwhile, your coworker just came back from Europe. Your cousin just got a new iPhone and a new iPad. And somehow, you're wondering if you're the only one struggling to make the math work. Let me hit you with a hard truth. You're not bad with money, but chances are you're stuck in outdated spending patterns. Things that used to be smart financial decisions just a few years ago have quietly become money pits. And most people don't even realize it because these habits are so normalized. They feel responsible, mature, even smart. But here's the problem. The world has changed, and our spending habits haven't. Today, I'm walking you through 10 everyday things that were once wise purchases, but now silently sabotage your finances. Let's get into it. Let's start with something that sounds smart: investing. And to be clear, I'm not anti-investing, but I am against throwing money at something just because it's trending. Your friend hyped it up, or some newsletter promised 10x returns. The number of people losing thousands on things they can't explain is absurd. Crypto coins no one understands, meme stocks based on Reddit hype, crowdfunding platforms for startups and industries people can't even pronounce. One poor investment decision can wipe out years of savings. I've personally seen people lose $20,000 in 6 months because they followed a tip or wanted to get in early. The psychology: when it goes well, you feel like a genius. When it tanks, you tell yourself, it's just temporary. But guess what? If you can't explain how an investment makes money, you're not investing, you're gambling. And in gambling, the house always wins. The solution? Invest in things you truly understand. Not just emotionally, but mathematically. This one is criminally underrated. Car insurance. Most people are overpaying by $30 to $80 per month. And it's not because of your car or your record. It's because you haven't shopped around. Insurance companies love passive customers. They count on you not checking rates. They slowly raise your premiums year after year, betting you'll just let auto-renew do its thing. But here's the thing. You can save hundreds, even over $1,000 a year, just by comparing quotes online. And it takes like 30 minutes. That's better than most people's hourly wage for a task you only have to do once a year. And if you reinvest those savings into the market, we're talking serious compound growth over time. This is boring, yes, but boring is what builds wealth. Remember when Airbnb was the cheap, hip alternative to hotels? That dream is dead. Today, Airbnbs are often more expensive than hotels, thanks to excessive cleaning fees, service fees, and surprise charges at checkout. A $120 per night listing turns into $260 when you hit book now. And let's not forget, you're still doing the dishes, taking out the trash, and making the bed, so you're paying more for less service. Meanwhile, a hotel might offer daily cleaning, a front desk, free breakfast, flexible cancellations, and zero checkout chores. For most travelers, especially frequent flyers, hotels now offer better value than Airbnbs. Don't get fooled by the base rate. Run the total, then decide. Ah yes, the peace of mind, upsell at checkout. You're buying a $500 appliance, and for just $99 more, you can protect it from the horrors of reality. Sounds smart, right? Wrong. Extended warranties are one of the highest margin products retailers offer, and most people never use them. Actual claims rates on these warranties, often less than 10%. That means $90 plus of every $100 you pay goes straight to profit, not protection. And when people do try to claim them, they hit exclusions, red tape, and fine print loopholes. Water damage isn't covered. Normal wear and tear? Nope. Oh, and if you didn't register it with your blood type in a notarized form within 30 days, too bad. Instead, put that $99 in an emergency fund or investment account. Let your money protect you, not some overpriced service plan that barely works when you need it. Let's be real. Costco and Sam's Club make you feel like a budgeting genius. You see that bulk pack of strawberries and think, wow, 40% cheaper per pound? Genius. Except you eat half. The rest grows fuzz in your fridge. Buying in bulk is only smart if you actually use what you buy. The average American household wastes about 20% of the food they purchase. That's 1 out of every 5 grocery dollars in the trash. If you spend $500 per month on food, that's $1,200 wasted per year. Bulk buying makes this worse, especially for perishables. You're saving money per unit while wasting more overall. If you're constantly throwing out produce, meat, or dairy, bulk isn't saving you money. It's just making you waste in larger quantities. Sales are not designed to save you money. They're designed to separate you from it. You walk into a store for socks and walk out with a $60 air fryer because it was 50% off. You didn't need it. You weren't even looking for it. But the discount made your brain say deal instead of trap. The money wasn't saved. It was spent. And most of these impulse buys, they sit unused, collecting dust or guilt. Let's be honest. If you wouldn't buy it at full price, You don't actually want it. Sales manipulate urgency and scarcity. Don't fall for it. Shop intentionally, not reactively. Here's a controversial one. Gifts. We've built this unspoken agreement with coworkers, extended family, and random acquaintances where we all spend money on each other for things no one really wants. The result? You spend $500 to $1,000 a year on birthday, holiday, and just because gifts, most of which end up unused, regifted, or tossed. It's like a giant circular economy of financial guilt and consumerism. Want to give a great gift? How about a shared experience, a homemade item, or, hear me out, no gift at all, and an honest conversation instead? It's time we reimagine gifting culture, especially if it's tanking your budget. Let's talk about one of the biggest wealth traps out there: student loans for degrees with low ROI. You were told college is an investment, and it can be, but paying $60,000 for a degree that leads to a $35,000 job is not an investment. It's a liability. Student loan debt has crushed millennials and Gen Z, and the worst part? Many graduates never even use the degree they paid for. I'm not anti-college, but I am pro-calculator. Run the numbers. What's the average starting salary in your chosen field? How long will it take to pay off that debt? Would community college, trade school, or in-state tuition get you to the same career without the lifetime of debt? Smart education is about outcomes, not tradition. Let's talk about the $10 problem. You grab a $6 latte, then an $8 lunch, maybe a $5 snack. It feels like nothing in the moment, but over time, it's a massive leak. A $10 daily habit equals $3,650 a year. If you invested that with average market returns instead, after 10 years, you'd have close to $50,000. Again, it's not about deprivation. If your daily coffee truly brings you joy, keep it. But don't ignore the math. Small habits, repeated over years, have massive financial consequences. And finally, the big one, housing. For most people, it's the biggest monthly expense. And for too many, it's too big. Whether renting or buying, spending 40 to 60% of your income on housing will keep you financially stuck, no matter how much you earn. You can't save, you can't invest, you can't take risks. You're trapped in a financial hamster wheel. Ask yourself, do I really need this much space? Do I really need to live in this ZIP code? Can I downsize or house hack until my finances are more solid? Because until you tame this one expense, it'll continue to dominate your financial future. There you have it. 10 things that used to be smart financial moves, but no longer make sense in today's economy. The goal isn't to become frugal to the point of misery. The goal is to spend consciously and stop throwing money at habits, trends, or industries that don't serve you anymore. Because every dollar you don't waste is a dollar you can invest, save, or use to buy your freedom. If this helped you rethink your spending, hit that like button, share this video with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Clip Capital for more no-nonsense personal finance content. And tell me in the comments, which of these 10 money traps have you fallen into? No judgment. We've all been there. See you in the next one.